Hey everybody, it's me Edward Jones back with a new video. College these days. I just saw a video on Reddit, and it was discussed on Jeremy at the Quartering, his channel. And actually, I think it was Jeremy at the Quartering because he has two channels, there's the Quartering and Midwestly. But on Reddit, it showed this video of these two college students. This is turned to be at University of Arizona. They're in this like a study hall, and one of them has a laptop that says "Police Lives Matter." Another one he's wearing a T-shirt across the table, wearing a T-shirt that says "Didn't vote for Biden." And he's eating Chick-fil-A. So it is funny. People are wondering, were they trolling? I don't know. I don't think so, because they seem to be that if you're expressing yourself. I guess you could say that it could be, it could be seen as trolling because the area they were in was is considered to be like a multicultural area, and they basically were harassed. They were basically bullied out of the area by these two students, these two female students, uh, who were who basically what they were triggered by the sticker on the guy's laptop that said police lives matter, and just drilling into them about how him having that sticker and him being a white male being in their space was offensive to them. And they were telling him that it's unsettling, he shouldn't be here, they have all this other space to occupy, why is he occupying their space. Saying that he called him racist because he support police, so they see as being a historically racist institution, hunting and killing black people. And it's and they telling him that he's white, and there is no white culture, multicultural, and basically means everything that's not white. And it's like drilling these two students simply because they couldn't accept the fact that they had a different opinion from them. That's basically what it is. They didn't like the sticker that was on his laptop. Probably didn't like the shirt the other student was wearing, and made it seem like them being there was hostile to all the other minority students that wanted a safe area at their college. And I remember when I was in college, there were safe spaces, and it was primarily for uh, queer students. I just say that because I don't feel like saying the initialism. I just say queer students, and it was it was just a place where if you wanted to talk about just some experiences you're having on campus, they said, I remember saying it was open to allies. So basically, if you weren't queer but you wanted to show support, you're welcome to come go there and support in a way, how suggest literature, or do one-on-one conversations, things like that. There's nothing like what I saw in that video, uh, and and I gotta say, there was also a video. There was a video that I saw earlier where Aberrant Preach was talking about an article where they said that the college rates for young American men were dropping, and I gotta say good, because as it stands, especially for young white men in this country, college is not college isn't worth it. And unless you're going for a STEM degree, college ain't worth it. You're better off as soon as you leave from high school, learning a trade, going to a trade school, or continue on with working if you're already working in high school. Because the environment that's in colleges nowadays is toxic. It doesn't have to say you need to run away. Run away from these Marxist institutions, which that's what they've become. Which is very easy to get swept up into all the rhetoric and the the victimization and all these things that will lure in weak-minded people. Because that's really who's attracted to that kind of stuff. People who are weak-minded, people with deep insecurities, those who can't stand on themselves. You gotta gang up on some students because they're wearing something, or they have something on them, or because they look a certain way and you disapprove of it, and because it offends you. So I gotta tell you, hey, if it seemed like that seems to be the atmosphere at a lot of colleges, and I think it would do all men a huge service to themselves to just avoid it. You know, keep from saddling yourself with all this massive debt. I can tell you right now, all these leftists, especially these leftist women who are going there, they want to get a BS, they want to get some bullshit degree. It was as Anthony Bright Logan says, underwater basket weaving. You know, they want to get a degree like that and rack up all this, rack up all this debt that they're gonna spend decades paying off. Let them, leave it to them, and let the institutions crumble because they seem to be rotting from the inside. Or if you're gonna go to college, find an institution that is not rife with leftism. Which I mean, it's gonna be very challenging. I'm pretty sure, but find somewhere that's actually be beneficial to you in terms of higher learning, in terms of things that challenge your way of thinking. Not end up in this institution where you're gonna be harassed because I wish I was in that room. I wish I was in that study area because I would take it off. I would take it up for them. Because rest assured, they didn't like him. They wouldn't like my black ass. You think they don't like white guys? They got a bone. Leftists got a bone to pick with conservative straight black guys who are free thinking. They can't stand us. They hate our guts because we push so far against their narrative. That like I always talk about. I don't like being seen as a victim. I don't believe I'm a victim. If I suffered through something, then I meant I survived it. I'd rather be a survivor than to be a victim. Because victims never leave that. To remain a victim means you never left the spot where you never left the spot where you were injured. You're stuck there mentally, and you never recover from it. I don't want to be that. I don't want to spend the rest of my days like that. And I'm pretty sure many young men don't want to adopt this idea of they're a victim of some type of oppression. I'm pretty sure there are also a lot of young women who don't want to feel the same way, who don't want to think like that. So I think college nowadays is a wash. There's no use. There's no reason to really go into it unless you're unless you're getting into a field that's really hardcore like engineering, or medicine, things like that. Don't bother with it. Learn a trade. Just trust me. You'll be miles ahead of all those students who want to decide to go and get a useless degree, a useless gender studies degree, something that is not going to amount to anything on the real world. Do yourself a favor. If you also and if you're someone who's not in college, but if you have like a little cousin or a little brother, who is looking to go into, talk to them. Tell them that this is not it ain't worth it. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. They'd be better off spending their time elsewhere, spending their time learning job skills, learning a skill, learning a trade that they can use to become more independent, more self-reliant. Because what they're cranking out at these colleges is nothing to keep with you when you're out on your own. Especially if they have this attitude that these young ladies. Oh no, I can call them ladies. I call them bitches, but I'll just say these students, the attitude they had toward their male counterparts, they're gonna see what the real world's all about, and they're gonna find out that they're not gonna have the safe spaces that they want anywhere they want to have it. That's my video. I just want to talk about that. If I can find a link to that video, I'll put the link in the description box. Hope you guys like the video. Like, share, and subscribe. If you got any comments, leave a comment in the comment section. I'll try to respond to them best I can. Any gripes, complaints, send me a PM. I'll see what I can do to address them. But that's my video. College these days. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care. Be safe. Stay strapped. And God bless.